So my name is Jax Kennedy. At 18 and a half, I entered the Metropolitan Police Force, a job I've always wanted to do during my life. 6 years into service, I was assaulted whilst on night duty, which left me with significant head injuries and spinal injuries. And that's how I got my disability. And life was just, that night ended life for me. Life really did change in so much as I found an excuse not to go out because you become invisible. It makes you feel like a second-class citizen to the extent it really hit me mentally. I planned on many a time to end my own life because I wasn't considered profitable or worth existing. I first heard about Canine Partners, it was roughly 2010. I'd been in hospital for more surgery on my spine. Life was pretty poor, and I had a really good relationship with an OT who said, look, Canary Wharf, there's fundraising from a charity called Canine Partners. And I sat there and I watched, and it's like a double take to see this dog gently get somebody off of a camp bed, help turn them around, pick up their stick when they dropped it. Then the washing machine blew me out of the way. Having one of these wonderful dogs, if I'm lucky to get one, would mean my life restarts. Every time I used to go back and visit Canine Partners and see these magnificent dogs working, that plan of ending my life and not being here disappeared. I had a way of being productive, being visible in society, being accepted by society, and living my life not in the way I used to, in a more adaptive, positive, and beautiful way. I always say that on the 12th of October 2015, my life started all over again. Because, sorry, I'm gonna get emotional, but of a very special boy. So Kingston came into my life as a gangly young black Labrador who was full of love, full of compassion. He made me visible in society because when you go out as a disabled person on your own, people don't want to look at you, don't want to talk to you. But when Kingston was taking money out of an ATM and putting the card and the cash in my hand, it was like, wow, what else can he do, you know? And I'd say, right, have you got half an hour? We had adventures that I would have never, ever, ever have contemplated doing on my own. I travelled independently with Kingston. I've gone to conferences and stayed in hotels overnight, no carers, just me and Kingston. My life has been given purpose because of a dog who wore a purple coat. He made me visible in society, but it meant that I had a life where I was productive again and could do more, and that was just down to the charity, but also by Kingston, my little man. It was the night before his birthday, his 9th birthday, that he underwent a CT scan and an ultrasound, and they said he's got a 4-kilo tumour around his kidney. I knew Kingston's cancer was going to take his life. He had 13 wonderful, wonderful months. You know, we thought he was getting through it. Unfortunately, he wasn't, so we knew time was ticking. But each of those days was so special. And then the hardest thing is, if I do go out, is when I put that key in the door and you open that door, it's not going anywhere, you know, even though he's physically not here. This is his little corner. And when I'm feeling a little bit down and despondent, I just look at it and I go, you know what? I'm okay. Oh, life since Kingston has passed away is difficult. The biggest thing that hits you is the loss of independence, and it's not a slow loss, it's an immediate loss. Where previously I didn't want to be at home because we were having such a whale of a time, now I don't want to go out because that invisibility is back. And I don't want to wait for another dog to be visible again. I want society to see me now, that I'm valuable. Kingston's lead is here. So if I feel anxious or feel upset, I'll travel along, I'll put my music on so I haven't got to interact to anyone, and I just hold his lead. And I look down, and in my mind, I can still see him pacing, looking up at me. You always know your dog's not going to last forever, but you can't imagine the impact of not having your partner by your side. It's not a thing I'd wish on anybody. Not a thing. Christmas with Kingston was magical. It's a magical time of the year. For us, actually, Christmas started, and it's a bit weird, started in October when the Christmas carols come on. And we would prance in the kitchen and he would do his little happy dance. And as soon as Christmas lights were there, we were up at the West End and going to, Winter Wonderland. And we were like two kids, discovering Christmas for the first time. Our housing association always have a Christmas at Chris Street with the turning on of the lights. And Kingston used to go up with his little Santa coat on. And we used to get a visit from Santa, but the kids didn't want Santa, they wanted Santa paws. So he made a massive, massive, massive difference. Kingston made Christmas, but without him, I'm dreading what's next. Christmas used to be a fantastic time for Kingston and I. I'm really dreading Christmas this year. I'm not sure that I'm even going to acknowledge Christmas, because without him, everything we used to do, we can't do this year. So Kingston was nominated for a BBC Radio London Make a Difference Award. The first time in its history it had an animal category, and it was for an animal that has made a difference to a person or person's life. And they said the judge that was looking through the nominations was so impressed with Kingston's nomination, and had had more than one for him, that they'd put him straight through to the final. He'd not even gone on the shortlist, he'd gone straight in the final. I didn't expect Kingston to win. It wasn't about the win for him. To me, it meant it was a celebration of Kingston's life and a way of saying thank you, well done, you will be remembered, because it's not just my life he transformed, it's my family's life. There could be a family again. My friends' lives, people that we've met on the street that just need a hug or a pet from a dog, or, just a little nod. And he was 1 in a million. 1 in a million. And I can never thank Kingston or Canine Partners enough, because they've both given me a life. Please donate to Canine Partners Winter Appeal so that more future assistance dogs can transform their partners' lives, just like my amazing boy, Kingston. What he done for me, I'd like others to experience that.